Well, now that we gotten rid of old Gaddafi, I guess we can all rest now, right? Not. Federal government's going to look for an excuse to keep fighting battles anywhere in the world, so as to prop up the campaign people that give the campaign money to the people that are in high office. Um, Halliburton, DynCorp, all of these contractors that provide all of the services and also mercenaries. They like to call them contractors because that sounds good, but mercenaries. They they get billions and billions and billions of dollars on every war that we get into, and you and I get to pay for that, of course, and they get to overcharge us, of course. Um, when we look at what's going on in the Middle East today, you know, I would take it back to what I know of the Bible. Um, what I see is the next thing to happen. Well, there is talk that we're going to go into Syria and all of that, and that may be. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But um, there are some events that are coming biblically, if you believe the Bible, if you believe prophecy. Things have been going just as planned. And for those of you that doubt, um, perhaps you should find some books that actually show how the prophecies in the last, let's say, 50, 100 years, how they've been unfolding. Um, Maybe someone can explain in a layman way to somebody that is not a believer. But if you are a believer, you know about the battle of Ezekiel 38, where the battle that occurs um, is devastating to the attackers, those that came against Jerusalem. In Zechariah it says that the plague that God is going to use against those that come up against Jerusalem, their eyes shall consume away in their holes, their tongues shall consume away in their mouths, all of their flesh shall consume away. Consume away. But here's the kicker: while they stand upon their feet. Now, we actually have weapons today that'll do that. Just vaporize you. Neutron bomb will do that. Just there goes your flesh. But what I see happening right here, coming up soon, is I believe all of this economic collapse that is happening around the world is going to come to a head, and that the United States will be included in that. I know people here have a real hard time believing that that this could happen here, because we have been living in the land of milk and honey our whole lives over here. And if you haven't traveled outside this country, which I haven't, other than on the internet, a little bit of Mexico, but it really doesn't count. You really don't understand how good you do have it here. So we're spoiled, and this is going to hit us hard, because the people here in general, probably 98% of the people in this country are not prepared for what is going to happen. And God, you better have guns, buddy. Because if God doesn't intervene in your life the way you plan, you may have to fight or roll over and die. Which way are you going to go? I'd rather take some of my enemy with me than to let them just take me away captive and do away with me. That just doesn't seem to be the way to go. But anyway, I think this economic collapse that's going to occur is going to embolden our enemy and Israel's enemy as well. When they see that the United States cannot seemingly put up a fight, or has no resources at the time to protect Israel, I believe this is when they will make their move. And according to the Bible, 5/6 of the attacking army will be destroyed in the mountains of Israel. The Bible describes it as fire from heaven. It could be a nuke. God could inspire a Jewish finger to push a button. And in Ezekiel 38, it speaks of the bodies after this battle, that they would lay there for 7 months. And then after 7 months, the cleanup will begin, and it will take 7 months to clean them up. And that if you're a traveler and you're traveling through the land and you find a bone, it says don't touch it. Put a marker by it, and the men that are hired to do the cleanup, the professionals, will come and clean it up. Now, why you wouldn't touch it? Now, some might say, okay, it's unclean, and if you're a Jew, yeah, you wouldn't touch it. But they already know that. So what's it talking about? Here, don't touch it. Is there something with these bones? Could they be irradiated? I don't know. But the description in Zechariah talking about the skin peeling off and the eyes sinking away, it sounds like it's very possible. And waiting 7 months. Do we have to wait for nuclear levels or the radiation levels to come down? Maybe they do. But I believe that once this collapse occurs economically, that they will make their move. And when people's hearts are sinking and failing because of the economic woes of this world, all of a sudden they will be even more fearful because of their belief that the end of the world is coming, when they believe that nuclear war has occurred in the Middle East. And what's next? Is it going to happen here? That's what people will be afraid of. And at that point is when people will be willing to settle for anything that even resembles peace. And that could even mean dictatorial, communist, fascist, socialist potpourri of government that's going to descend upon us, and they're going to sink their claws into the average person and make them their slave. It seems fitting that this is going to happen, because things are getting worse and worse. Immorality on the rise. Not that I'm perfect in any way, but all of these things coming together, it sure points to me that this stuff is happening. For those of you that believe in the rapture, I believe that we could very well see the Battle of Ezekiel 38, that we could see this nuclear holocaust and this economic collapse. And even if you're a pre-tribber, I believe you can see that, because scripturally, the one thing that we will not see is the Antichrist. I don't believe we will. So my theory is we'll see this battle, and shortly after is when this man is going to arise with all the answers. And that's what we're looking forward to here in the near future. My opinion, I know some of you will hate me, and that's fine. Screw you. But, I'm just joking. But, take care, and you need to prepare, because we have no idea how long we're going to have to hold out once the collapse occurs. You need some food. You need some a water source, water filtration, something. You need some silver. Buy old junk coins. Everybody knows what they are. They know how much silver's in them, and everything, dimes, nickels, not nickels, dimes, quarters, and halves, and silver dollars. Prior to 1964, all are 90% silver, and only some of the war nickels are silver. But anyway, you need to prepare, because if you don't and you need it, you're going to be very sorry.